Hey there, and welcome to the Cult of Cinema. I am Aaron. This is my movie library, and this is where we talk about all things movie, comic book, video game related, mostly movies. Tonight we are going to be doing these volume 5 of my horror collection. We're slowly getting there. There's going to be 4K stuff, there's going to be Blu ray stuff, there's going to be a lot of different stuff. We'll talk about a lot of different things here tonight, and we're going to have some fun. So hopefully some of you are here. I know that WrestleMania just got over, and it was definitely an interesting night for those who watched it, especially the Bray Wyatt Cena segment, which I gotta say, I loved it. I love it when they think outside the box. And, hey, Chris, because obviously if you've seen my channel and you caught me on a regular basis, you know that I'm an outside the box type of person. So, Chris, you made it here for this one. Actually, hey there, Andy. Hey, Amy. We're getting to the Blu-ray aspect of it now. I don't even think I got all my DVDs done, but I promised I'd do some Blu-ray, so we're going to do some Blu-ray and 4K horror tonight. That's what we're going to look into first. We're going to talk about some other stuff as well. And so we'll have some different stuff, hopefully some unique stuff. And hopefully we get some people in here. Because if it feels like, I don't know, people are dwindling down or people aren't enjoying these videos anymore, I'll stop for a bit and let people kind of like get tired of me, get less tired of me, and I'll start up again. Anyway, here we are. Hey, Dave. And do you want to start right into it, or do you guys have things you want to talk about first? Because we can talk about stuff first before I go into the Blu-ray horror collection stuff. Going to be a lot more mainstream stuff going into the Blu-ray section of it. And the 4K stuff, because I do find that I do grab a lot more of my mainstream stuff that way. One of the great things, hey Ricky, about collecting horror, especially DVD, is you tend to find a lot of weird stuff. And right now I'm going to go straight for the regular stuff before I even get into my Scream Factories or Arrow or anything like that. For those wondering what's coming up, we have a Lucio Fulci and Jess Franco getting their own videos coming up. We have a documentary video coming up here as well. I am going to do a special podcast video where I'm going to be talking about like different podcasts that I recommend. I will also be mentioning some YouTube channels. I actually finally got to sit down. Alan's not here unfortunately tonight, but I got to sit and watch Alan's channel, and he did these top 5 lists that I strongly recommend. So definitely check that out. A lot of stuff to look at tonight, and I guess we'll get started, unless you guys have something else you want to talk about. Hey, I just pimped out your channel, Alan, because I watched all your videos. I didn't get a comment, but I liked every one of them, and I am subscribed. So keep those videos going. Let's get started. Okay. 4K or Blu-ray? 4K is smaller. Let's do 4K first. I got a small amount of 4K ones. Yes, I did hear about the Scream Factory Friday the 13th box room. I'm pretty sure that's almost a given by this point, considering how many leaks there's been. Like people said, well, we don't know if it's Scream Factory. We don't really know if it's coming out. I'd say it's coming out, and I say it's going to be from Scream Factory, and I say we're probably going to get it in October. I think that's going to be Scream Factory's big October release. That's my thought. That's my 2.25 50 whatever cents on it right now, is that we're going to get a Friday 13th one. It's going to be the definitive release, much in the way that the Halloween release is going to be definitive. They're probably going to have limited rights on it, same as the Halloween one. So I recommend getting it early, and it should be much better than that horrific looking steel tin that came out a couple years back that I didn't like aesthetically so much that the biggest Friday 13th fan in the world had to pass it up. So there you go. I did watch WrestleMania Part 2 tonight. I'm actually wearing my Lucky Charms shirt because I knew Drew McIntyre was going to win. And damn right. Best part of it though, again, well, the Edge match and Randy Orton was really good. Bray Wyatt and Cena, it was insane. It made no sense, and it made all the sense. I like that. All right, let's go. So, first off, in the 4K realm is Francis Ford Coppola's Dracula. We know Bram Stoker's Dracula, and I do love the slipcover of this. Apparently, the slipcover is hard to get sometimes now. I didn't know that, but when I picked this up, somebody told me, it's hard to find the slipcover nowadays. This is not my favorite Dracula film, but I do enjoy it. I'm trying to think of a Dracula film that I don't enjoy. Jess Franco's Count Dracula, not my favorite. This one I did see in theater. This is more of my sister's era of Dracula. I'm a John Badham, Frank Langella, like Christopher Lee type of Dracula guy. But this is interesting. Anthony Hopkins would do much better stuff before and after this. It's just, I can't get into him as Van Helsing. Maybe I got to rewatch it. It's been a long time. It's been theater days since I've seen this. So I bought this. Hopefully this is a good 4K print. I do want to see this. And by the way, please, if you're here, please hit the thumbs up button. Like, share, and subscribe. It does a lot for my channel. And I get sort of pressed when you guys don't hit it. But any thoughts on this one? Somebody had the 4K of this one? See, Keanu Reeves I didn't mind. Like, obviously, he's not going to do the English accent very well. But he wasn't my... See, Anthony Hopkins was my problem with this film. Keanu Reeves does what Keanu Reeves does. He's great at what he does, but put him inside that box sometimes. All right, here's one that I do consider a horror film, that I considered a lot after I saw it. Some people hate this movie. I loved this film. And this one is me. So it is Mother. This was a bit of a mind F of a film, and Nightmare Weekend, Luther the Geek, or Massage Parlor Murders. Very different films. Put it this way. So Nightmare Weekend is like Linnea Quigley, Brink Stevens, Michelle Bauer. If you like the Scream Queens, it's a fun one. Go for that if you want to go for fun. If you want something really different, Luther the Geek, some people love it, some people hate it. I'm on the love it side of it. It's a weird film, but the guy that plays Luther really commits to the role, and I think that was an amazing part of it. I also am a huge fan of Stacey Haddiak, and Stacey Haddiak is showering and stuff a lot in this movie. Big fan of that as well. The third one, which I can't remember the name right now, Massage Parlor Murders, is great for the scenery from times, from basically 42nd Street. But it's not one of the better films, though I do think it's fun to own and a decent one to have. All three of them are worth owning, but I'd say between Nightmare Weekend. Wait a minute, you said Nightmare Weekend, not Nightmare Sisters, right? Nightmare Weekend. It's an insane film. There's a puppet. It's killing people. There's balls that kind of look like Dragon Balls. There's a girl on roller skates. If you said Nightmare Weekend and not Nightmare Sisters, Nightmare Weekend. 100% Nightmare Weekend. Yeah, go with Weekend. It also has the best cover that you're going to see on one of the Vinegar Cinema releases. It's insane. I'll let you know that. I'm glad somebody else likes Mother aside from me. So yeah, Nightmare Weekend, 110%. It's crazy, but you'll love it. This is also crazy, but in a different way. Here's one that nobody else but me liked. I found that out a couple days ago. And The Mummy. This is the actual first 4K that we bought. Oh yeah, it's a cool one, man. It is a really cool one, Dave. You'll like it. Let me know what you think of it, by the way. It's strange. Dale Metcalf from Pet Sematary, the first one, he's actually one of the main actors in the film. He has one of the most awkward love scenes you're ever going to watch outside of Mad Men and the hot tub. It's worth checking into. It's not that bad. Don't let people say, oh my God, it's the worst thing ever made. Trust me. We've talked about worse on this channel. A lot worse. But this was the first 4K we ever bought. My better half kind of wanted to see it. She's a fan of Tom Cruise. I'm a fan of the girl in The Mummy. She's cute, and I do like Colin Farrell. So we picked it up knowing that I just bought an Xbox One, and we were eventually going to get a 4K TV set. I the next day there was a 4K sale on the shopping channel, so we ended up buying a 4K TV, and so we had The Mummy to watch, and then we went out to look for more 4K films to watch. But this is actually the first 4K that we ever bought. We figured we'd watch the Blu-ray first, but we didn't. Hey there, Alan. The only message I see is hi. And I've already said hi, because I told you I pimped out your channel. All right, next up is Van Helsing. Again, this was a cheap one. Not my favorite Van Helsing film. Kate Beckinsale is in this one, though, so gotta have that. Kate Beckinsale's there for me. There's we got Hugh Jackman for My Better Half. And there's a really cool like Frankenstein sequence in this film, which is probably the best part of the film. So yeah, Frankenstein sequence in HD for that one. It's in black and white. It's cool. It's well done. Dracula Untold, another one that didn't do very well. Luke Evans starred in it. I actually liked this one. I thought it was kind of fun. But goes to show what I know, right? But a lot of people just really didn't get into this. I did. I thought they did a good job, and they could have went places with it, but they chose not to, I guess. Like Dracula 2000, I thought, okay, well, yeah, I'll really like that one. And I love the Judas angle, but apparently not a lot of people did. But I'm a Dracula fan anyway, so I like the vampire films. All right, we got a couple more here to go. Then we'll do the Blu-ray. So although I haven't picked up the second chapter yet, I really enjoyed it, Chapter 1. I have seen. Oh yes, Penny Dreadful is an excellent show. It's not even letting me show them. Like normally it'll, like if I see a message, and Alan, it'll actually show it on my screen, but it's just saying message retracted. So I can't unblock your message once it's already been retracted. So this, way better than part 2. Which, well, it's good. I've seen part 2, but have I bought part 2? Not yet. When it goes cheap, I'll buy it. This one I bought on day 1, and it was good. It was really, really good. So we got Christine, an excellent Stephen King film. If you haven't seen it, you really, really should. It is incredible. Wonderful work here by, who's in this? Keith Gordon, right? Yeah, Keith Gordon, John Stockwell, Alexander Paul. And if you look really closely on scene, Alexander Paul's twin sister as well. Excellent film. Good Blu-ray edition of this one here, by the way. Pet Sematary, another one that creeped me out. There's Dale Metcalf. Dave, you wanted to know another movie that the guy from Nightmare Weekend is in? Well, this. He's in this. He stars in this. And he's also stars in Nightmare Weekend. So there you go. Everything comes around full circle. I'm waiting for my tea to cool down because it's a peach ginger type of tea with the dandelion. Two more to go because I don't have a lot of 4K horror yet. I guess I could have put 2001 in here because that's kind of horror, but I decided not to. But I do put Halloween in there. Now this was a polarizing release when it came out. Some people didn't like the way the colors were done. Those people were wrong. The colors were awesome. And this is actually probably the best I've ever seen Halloween look. There were people that said, no, this is too dark. I'm sorry, no. This is how it should look. It should be darker. It's darker, but it's clear. You get to see more of Michael in the way that you should, and not like, it doesn't seem scrubbed or anything like that. It is an excellent, excellent release. And if you haven't checked it out, 110%, check this one out. It's usually fairly inexpensive to buy. Halloween in 4K. You can't not buy Halloween in 4K. Spear and Tam the T-Rex and have Rad. You're going for the expensive ones right away, Dave. You're going for the expensive 4Ks. Most of these are like cheaper ones. That's why I could get them. And when they had the big sale on Best Buy in Halifax, I had to go and I picked up this one here, the Purge 3 movie collection. Purge Anarchy, right? And the Purge Election Years. I just need to get the Purge, the first Purge, the only one I got left to get on 4K. but I have the rest, and I do really enjoy the Purge films, even the first one. Kind of ironically, but I enjoy it nonetheless. It is a very funny film, and lots and lots of cool cheesiness. I'm going to put my 4Ks back. We're going to get into Blu-ray. We're going to talk about some stuff, because I want to give you guys a minute or two to gestate, because you're being very quiet tonight, and if you're quiet, this makes this much harder on me. And when I come back, have things to say. I won't be very long. Just see if everybody stays, or see if more people come in. All right, I've also got Alien over there, so let me bring that one. There is Predator and Alien in 4K, so I have these as well. Are these the best 4Ks? Not really, but they're okay. Looks like we're about getting into Blu-rays, and luckily the more people have come in. Please hit the like, share, subscribe thingy. That's probably why. I don't know if you're allowed to watch like copyrighted films on channels. That's probably why they kind of blocked it. But but I saw the Brooklyn about the Bond 50 collection today. Nice. Either way, you got it, and it has all the features. That's pretty cool. What Blu-ray is included with the 4K one? It is not the latest one. It looks like it's going to be the one that has the from the book, but it's not. It's the one before that, the one with the 90-minute, like 82-minute long documentary, Halloween: The Cut Above. So it's not that one. It's the one before the thin book one. What's my biggest takeaway from WrestleMania? Hopefully more pre-tape segments in the future. That's my biggest takeaway from WrestleMania, because Bray Wyatt and the Taker thing, I was down with those two. The Gamma box. This comes out in July, so you got a ways for that. Anybody else? I know that the Colettes. I spoke to the Colettes earlier today, and they do a really cool. Hey there, Scholar. No snapper cases tonight because it's Blu-ray horror. They would do a really cool like fitness channel and fitness stuff, so definitely check them out. They bought a few from the Unobstructed View sale, so anybody that has bought some, let me know, because I would like to know what you got. People that let me know what they got from the Unobstructed View sale, find out early before I open up my stuff what I got from the Unobstructed View sale. So there's a way to get you to tell me. Oh, public domain. Okay, excellent. I know Electric Dreams is public domain. Huh. I wonder. So here are some random like Blu-rays horror stuff. EC film. Nice era. I've still got to get to my Showa era. So this is the very first Blu-ray Reanimator that I bought. This is the Image Entertainment one. As you know, I already have this one on DVD. And I've got the Steelbook Arrow edition of this as well, and I had to have it on digital. Yeah, I got a Reanimator in a lot of different formats. I have the DVD with the pen. I've got the Image Entertainment Blu-ray upgrade of it. I have the Arrow Steelbook Reanimator, and I have the digital Reanimator during the Arrow sale. So this one here as just the original version of the film, not the integral. There's the Reanimator Reactus documentary, but it doesn't have some of the later stuff like the like when Arrow put that a really cool H.P. Lovecraft on film documentary, which you got to check out. But needless to say, I'm a big Reanimator fan, big fan of Stuart Gordon, big fan of H.P. Lovecraft. A lot of my writing style is very very comes very much from Lovecraft, because that's what I grew up like. Lovecraft and Poe is what I grew up reading over and over again. So in here we got The Shining. This is a 3-pack, and you could make a kind of argument for all three of these being horror. 2001 especially, with Hell, the computer. I do consider that a horror film. A lot of people say, well, no, that's just straightforward science fiction. I don't think so. I actually think that you've got this kind of like inhumanly kind of creepy computer. Hey there, Brian. And I definitely think there are horror aspects to A Clockwork Orange, but of course, The Shining is straight up pure horror. And I consider this horror. A Kubrick, yeah, you're Kubrick. I consider this a horror 3-pack. This is Kubrick's horror trilogy, guys. I'm trying to think of anything else Kubrick did that might be horror related, but these 3 are horror. Hey, Kobe, man, welcome. It is going okay. I am just finished watching WrestleMania. WrestleMania Part 2. Chris didn't like the Bray Wyatt Cena thing. I was surprised, man. I thought you'd like it. See, Chris, I do read your tweets. Tremors: A Cold Day in Hell. It was fun. Was it a great film? No, but it was definitely fun. It could have been a lot better, but that's some interesting concepts that I don't think really followed through on. Don't have a lot to say about this one. House on the End of the Street. I didn't pay $7.95 for it though. It was like a lot cheaper than that. But that was apparently the original sticker that was on it. But there we go. Okay film, Jennifer Lawrence. This is a fun one. Joan Collins, James Booth, Revenge. There are many different movies titled Revenge, but I kind of dug this one. It's a British one. Nice. Kind of horror. Definitely worth checking out. This one's horror in the horror comedy sense, and oh my God, they turned this amazing film into a comedy. There are parts I like about this film. There's parts I hate. I'm a fan of the original. I even like the remake TV series, and hopefully eventually they'll remake it again, because I know they will. And that is Dark Shadows, the Johnny Depp one. There were interesting aspects to this film. I went to this film ready to hate absolutely. I would consider 2001 A Clockwork Orange horror, especially 2001. Definitely 100% 2001. Yeah, I wanted it like postponed too, but now not so much. No. See, you can't just delineate that line of, okay, that's just science fiction, because I don't like a lot of films can be in one category and still be in another. That's like Blade Runner is not just a science fiction film; it's a noir film. It's 100% a noir film that is set in a sci-fi world. With 2001, it's a science fiction film and also a horror film, especially as you get near, and it takes its time. It bleeds into it, and I like that about it. Some people hate that about 2001. It goes really slow, but no, I would definitely consider especially 2001, even over Clockwork Orange, which does have horrific elements to it, and I would think is like a sci-fi psychological thriller. 2001, I would 101% include the sci-fi. Guy played Napoleon Dynamite. Really? Okay. Well, we'll see. Maybe it'll be good. Did Jamie Kennedy, so it can't be worse. I don't believe in putting things. One thing you'll learn about me if you haven't learned about this yet, quite Brian, is I don't believe things stick and in like boxes and just and stay there. I am the color outside the box type of guy, and I take cinema that way as well. I'll give you a good example of a science fiction movie that's that is a horror film, more so than a science fiction, and that would be Alien. Alien's a slasher movie that just happens to be science fiction as well, but it is 100% Halloween in space. So there's another example. But 2001 is a stalker film. The Thing. See, no. We're going to differ on this because Alien, it's Michael Myers. That alien, he's stalking, he's playing with them. That's Myers. Haunted House in Space, Event Horizon. That's H.P. Lovecraft in space. That's where you get your haunted house at. But there's no ghost elements to Alien. It's a serial killer. It's a slasher. It's a stalker. He's relentlessly stalking them, taking them out one by one. It's a body count film. Event Horizon, that's a haunted house film. That's a H.P. Lovecraftian film. Debating. The Thing. This was a film. This had so much promise. 10 Runington Place is a really good film. I don't have that one myself yet. I know Twilight Time did it, and Indicator put out a version as well. They went out of print, and then they put a version without thing. You liked it? I'm glad, because it is a fantastic film. And what's even creepier, it's a true story. It sticks with you. Great performances in 10 Runington Place. If you haven't checked it out, guys, definitely check it out. I remember it from my youth, and it is, it's sad and depressing, but it's such a good film. Unlike this one here, which could have been a good film, but it's sad and depressing that they went to use CGI when you get to see, if you've ever seen the practical effects that were made for this film, they're incredible. They decided not to go with the practical effects and use CGI instead, and it is definitely to the detriment of the film. Definitely to the detriment of the film. 10 Runington Place is much better than a lot of stuff you're going to see on these Blu-ray stuff. Do I think there's going to be a sequel to Alien Covenant? I don't know if I want there to be. I think there might be, but I'm not gonna. I saw Prometheus and I saw Covenant. I was not too into them. Like a lot of people love them, but they were not my Alien films. They're not my Alien films. I don't know. They're okay. We disagree again, Brian. But no, you're in the majority when it comes to that. Is it at times your favorite? Wow, I'm glad because that doesn't get enough credit. Not my cup of tea. Or maybe I got to rewatch him again. So there's the thing. I gave him one chance. I watched him. I was like, meh. I never give a film one chance, but I'll eventually watch them again. Covenant was the worst out of the two for me to get through, to be completely honest with you. And I like Michael Fassbender. I did not need two of them, but yeah, Covenant was a different experience. I think they're beautifully shot though. I need rewatches of those films. Evil Dead. This is a good remake. Well, it wasn't actually a remake. We thought it was a remake till the very end of the film. That's the Covenant one. That's where the director just really liked Michael Fassbender a lot, so he just said, hey, if one Michael Fassbender is good, let's put two Michael Fassbenders in there, and he saw no issue with that. So, okay. Evil Dead, really good film that looked like it was a remake, looked like it was a reboot. People weren't sure exactly what to call it. I'm at this point, I'm going to call it a sequel. Excellent film. There's no Ash character in this film, sort of, but it is basically uses the concept of the people coming up to the cabin, except this time it gives them a reason for them being at the cabin. They're not just going there on a lark, they're going there for a reason. She's rehabbing, she's detoxing. And it's a brilliantly done film with a lot of gore, really good practical effects in this one here. Extremely well done, and I would love to see a sequel to this one done. Sequel. Here's one that I like that, again, I'm going to be in the minority on, because most people that I know didn't like this film. But it's a remake that I kind of dug, and there's reasons for it. Was the main actress in Evil Dead? What was her name again? Jane Levy? Yeah, Jane Levy, okay. It's hard for me without glasses sometimes to see. I think glasses would be easy, but when things are up close to me, I can't read it. I got to take my glasses to read. I'm weird that way. I used to have like ones with bifocals, which I don't have anymore. Carrie, with Chloe Grace Moretz. People thought she's too pretty to be Carrie. A lot of those people I don't think understood the whole concept of Carrie or bullying. It doesn't matter what you look like. It kind of doesn't work that way. It's the awkwardness. It is cool in particular cover. I really like this. I actually like this Carrie, and I'll tell you why I liked it. Because although they couldn't make, like the mother exactly like the mother in the original, they went in a different direction. On the new Full Moon Zombie movie, screw Full Moon. That's my thoughts on the new Full Moon Zombie movie. Screw them, and they're just, yeah, that's a horrible idea. The best part for me was that they fleshed out the mother. They really fleshed out the mother in this one here. This is much closer to the book than the original Carrie. Now, of course, I love the original Carrie. I have it in many different versions. I'm a huge Brian De Palma fan, but I really thought I wasn't going to like this. We actually bought this on Blu-ray, didn't go to the theater and see it. And some of his friends were coming over one night, and we decided we'd throw it on. So we finally did. I was glad I did. I actually liked it. Next up's Insidious. I don't have a lot to say about this one. We've all seen this one. I thought it was a great film. There are things about this that creep me out. Haunted house films, good haunted house films, definitely will freak me out. So, yeah. Next up is an excellent film. It's a psychological thriller that I really do think that everybody should see at least once. As a Scream Factory version of Carrie, definitely worth picking up. If you don't have the Scream Factory edition of the original Brian De Palma Carrie Chris, I do recommend it. It is the definitive edition of Carrie that's out there right now. I don't have the Arrow one, so I can't tell you about that one. But for me, I love the Scream Factory edition. I love the cover, the slip cover, the way it was done, the artwork, all the features. I love Carrie, the film. I like the Carrie musical as well. I know the different iterations of that. And because Carrie the Musical was one of those musicals that started out and it definitely got changed over time. So yeah, even though some of the songs In and so I really like Carrie. What about Carrie 2, The Rage? I don't have The Rage. I wish I did. It was exclusive to the United States. It's now gone out of print. I would love to own the Scream Factory edition of Carrie 2, and was it the Angela Bettis one too? I do like Curb Your Enthusiasm. Hopefully we agree on that one. I'm a fan of Larry David. My better half doesn't. She doesn't like Curb Your Enthusiasm. She didn't like Seinfeld. But I like them both. I like Curb Your Enthusiasm more than Seinfeld though. Is the original actress in Carrie too? No, but the girl that plays the coach is in Carrie 2. See, Carrie 2 originally wasn't supposed to be called Carrie 2. It was just The Rage, and had, hey Soul, welcome back, man. It was just The Rage and had nothing to do with Carrie. They put the name Carrie on there, and they kind of shoehorned in a plot to kind of include the Carrie aspect of the film. But I did like the film. It's a cool '90s film. Definitely has some neat effects. Oh, it's from the '90s, kind of. It's mid '90s, I think. The Rage, I think early to mid '90s. Early enough that with Zachary Ty Bryan, I think that was his name, the guy from Home Improvement, the oldest child. He's in it. Like he's one of the jerks in the film. So yeah, it's definitely like a different little film. You can see that like it's Carrie influence, even though like Carrie wasn't supposed to be a Carrie remake originally, Carrie sequel originally. It did actually do a pretty good job. Anyway, the film I was going to talk about before was Dead Calm. If you haven't seen this movie, please get on this. This is an excellent film. Sam Neill, Nicole Kidman, Billy Zane, 3 people in a boat. And it is tense. It is extremely tense, extremely well done. Love this movie. If you haven't seen it, see it. Really good movie. Oh, this is a definitely decent one. Basically, there's Nicole Kidman and Sam Neill, and they pick up Billy Zane. Things go awry very quickly. This film has a great amount of tension in there. Hey, welcome, Jacob. And it's directed by Philip Nice, who actually did some other cool stuff as well. Next up is 10 Cloverfield Lane. Probably my favorite of the Cloverfield films, to be honest with you. I wasn't big on Cloverfield. I know a lot of people really like that film. This had a unique kind of slipcover. Not quite sure why they did it like this, but I do kind of dig it. So, interesting. I actually like this one. I really hoped that I love Black Dog. If we're talking about the one with like Patrick Swayze, right? You like which one? 10 Cloverfield Lane? I love 10 Cloverfield Lane. I kind of wish that Cloverfield wouldn't have been in it. Then yeah, I really like Black Dog. Lights Out, a good film, well done. Actually, not scary, but extremely well done. This short film, which is, I don't think it's on here. Thank God it's not on here. Scary is really scary. For the longest time, I bought that. I did want to watch it because the short film on Lights Out was one of the few things that creeped me out. I don't get creeped out easily, but the short film on Lights Out was like a short 5-minute film. Yeah, that got to me. That got under my skin. The hour-and-a-half long film, it's a fun film, but I don't think it's going to scare you. This is fun. Better watch out. This one came out a couple years ago. The actors in this are incredible. 2 of them are actually from the Visit, which was I think M. Night Shyamalan produced it. Here's one of them, Dave. Horror film doesn't get enough attention. This is fun. This is cool. This is extremely well done. Basically, there's this girl. She's going to be babysitting this kid, and she's going off to college. He's young. Hormones are kind of set in, and he finally wants to tell her that he kind of likes her. Things that looks like it's a typical home invasion film at the beginning of the film, but there's a twist, and the twist is really, really well done. And what makes it work are the actors of the films. Actually, I haven't seen Firestarter 2 rekindled in a long time. So if I told you my thoughts on it, I'd be lying to you. I remember Malcolm McDowell was in it. That's pretty much all I remember of that film. But I remember liking it in the day. Wasn't that a TV movie or a TV miniseries, something like that? I think so. All right, few of the Mill Creek double features here. So When a Stranger Calls, Happy Birthday to Me. Both of these have much, much, much better releases now. But if you don't have them and you just want to see them, definitely check this out. Love When a Stranger Calls, love Happy Birthday to Me. 2 great films. Does he play Rainbird? Like the character from the George C. Scott played? I don't remember that. It's been a while since I've seen it. See, it's been a while since I've seen it, so definitely worth checking out. You'll like better watch out. I think. Like, don't go in blind. Don't like read up on it or watch any videos on it. That'll spoil a little bit for you. But there's a cool twist, and it works. Basically, because that the actors sell it well, and for a twist like it uses, you got to have good actors for it, and they got really good child actors. That's not something I get to say very often, but in this case, there is. It's the truth. So, When Stranger Calls, Happy Birthday to Me. I don't think anybody's going to complain about those. Hollow Man and Hollow Man 2, with the success of the new Invisible Man movie. You might want to like take a look back at the Hollow Man films, especially the first one. Maybe not so much the second one, but the first one was actually really good, and a decently creepy Invisible Man film that kind of deals with that story of like what happens and what exactly will you do when you don't have to look at yourself in the mirror, when that whole morality is taken away. Death Becomes Her is a horror comedy. So yeah, I would consider it in the horror film, just a horror comedy, but still horror. But yeah, what happens when you don't have to look in you don't have to look in the mirror and see yourself and feel guilty when that gets stripped away from you? Phantasm 4. I like all. See, I'm blinded soul in the fact that I utterly love the Phantasm series, especially the first couple. But because of that, I am completely 110% biased when it comes to Phantasm, and I will go on record and say that right out. So because it's a nightmare series, and that's what it's meant to be. You have to take Phantasm like you're watching something that you kind of just you woke up and you dreamt it. That's especially the first couple. I actually worked on when I was going to be a writer. One of the things that I did was I wrote a spec script and a Bible for a Phantasm TV series, which would have been kind of a on the run type of thing. So that's one of the many things I did over the years. Mr. Sardonicus, The Brotherhood of Satan, fun films, cheesy fun ones. I got this at a video game shop actually. And although I have the Blu-ray set of these, and I'll definitely get in the Scream Factory editions. Oh yeah, the Fam's definitely like it's was it Lee Falk that wrote the comic? As the Corpses. It's a fun little film. I mean, it's not Zombie's best, but at least it's definitely more original. Devil's Rejects, if you haven't seen that one, get that one. That one's pretty good. And I'm kind of in the minority here, but I really think that Lords of Salem's his best one. I get better traction today. See, unfortunately, I don't right now. I don't have the script that I had. I'm actually, I'll be honest with you, it was a solid script. It basically dealt with Angus Scrimm's not around anymore now though. But the idea that I had with it at the time was that we had Reggie on the run, and sometimes going away from the tall man because he'd get to a town, stuff would happen. Other times running towards a way to defeat the tall man. Yeah, the ice cream guy. I based it around his character, and we saw the boy and other characters throughout. But Reggie was going to be like the big basis of it. You, Dave, have good taste. That's how I feel about Rob Zombie's films. I actually don't like 31 either. I like the first 10 minutes of 31, then it like wears on me. Friday the 13th, parts 1 to 4 on Blu-ray. Love these. Why did I pick these up? Because I didn't know there was going to be a really cheap $24 Blu-ray set. And even though that's out, I've also got the DVD set, and there's a Scream Factory set coming out, and I'm going to buy that too. Huge Friday 13th fan, guys. I guess it kind of shows. I love the fact that these are basically the Ultimate Editions. Parts 3 and 6 are your favorite? I love Part 3. Part 6 is a great film, but it is definitely, I think it is the film that killed the franchise. because once he became zombie Jason, like shortly after that, then what do you do? What do you do with that? When he's still like kind of the human, kind of creepy Jason, that's me, right? That type of stuff scares me. Zombie Jason, I just don't find scary. But number six, an extremely entertaining film. Film that's not a remake, but a film of like done. Wolfman. See this gets a lot of hate. It shouldn't. This is actually pretty fun. Benicio del Toro. I love Train to Busan. I haven't seen the sequel yet. Of course, not out yet. But I saw the trailer, which looks insane and fun, and I've seen the animated one. What are my thoughts on Full Throttle? That's a different one. It's okay. I like the New York Charles Angels film the best of all three Charles Angels films that were made, though. That was kind of got more. It just got more fun. But there, Wolfman, definitely underrated. Love this film. The twist was so obvious, but still a great film. All right, we got some thicker ones. We got here House of Wax. This is the 3D edition. Actually, really good 3D in this. Vincent Price. I love this in Technicolor, by the way. And I think this is the original one too, right? Yeah, Mystery of the Wax Museum. That's not in 3D though, but it's the original Lionel Barrymore one. And I really like that one. Actually, I like that better than the House of Wax. The Night Comes For Us. You watch some cool films. See, I'm not getting to watch any films recently, but I will eventually get to watch them. Oh, you got to give it another chance. Have I seen the Planet of the Apes prequels? Some of them. I haven't seen them all yet. This is a broken Blu-ray. I got to replace it. It breaks my heart that's broken because I actually really like this film. I got to speak to one of the actors on this film, and he really enjoyed making the film, which made it even better for me when I got to see it and watch with my kid. And that is Texas Chainsaw 3D. So this is the 3D Blu-ray edition of the film. I gotta get a new copy of this one. This one broke on me. I love this. I got to speak to Gunnar Hansen at a convention in Montreal right after he'd made this film. He had a blast making this film, and he really liked the fact that the guy that played Leatherface respected what he'd done before and came to him for guidance in playing the character Leatherface. So yeah, dig this film, and it's got Alexandra Daddario. So I don't think there's any guy that does like Alexandra Daddario. So yeah, she's incredible. So that scene in True Crime, guys. Holy crap! Maximus Robertson 3D. This is the Mummy, the complete collection. I told you guys I like the Mummy. So this is the Blu-ray set. I love lenticular covers, man. So I would totally buy that. I got to get that one down the road. This is a really good film series. I didn't think it was going to be as good as it was. Now, this one includes the Abbott and the Costello Mummy, which is the worst of the Abbott and Costello horror films that they did. 40th anniversary one, nice. Actually, that's one of the ones I'm bringing over here. That you're going to see my Texas Chainsaw Massacre edition as well. All right. Slowly but surely, I'm getting through these. There is Mama with Jessica Chastain. I'll be honest, I originally bought this just for Jessica Chastain. Not a bad film. Short film is better, but still, it was okay. I like this. This is a exclusive glow-in-the-dark cover, and it is Frankenstein, the original Frankenstein with Boris Karloff. I found this at a one of those like 25-cent like sales. It was unopened at the time, but I opened it up. Still gotta get the stuff off it. Oh, I would kill to get that Abbott and Costello Shout set. It looks amazing. How many movies do I watch a week in average? Good question. So you're not part of my movie collection yet, Shane? Yeah, normally, the last couple of days I haven't watched very many. But normally I try to get through 2 to 3 films a day. So put that on average of, let's just say I take a day off. We'll go with 2 films a day. We'll say about 12 films per week, 15 on average. Tends to be what I try to get through. What are these here? Okay. I love the Abbott and Costello films. I love them. I love Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein. That's one of my favorites. I always, Pet Sematary on Blu-ray before I picked up the 4K. I'm probably going to give this one to my kids now that I get the 4K, but because I think the 4K has a Blu-ray in it as well. So if Mimi or Wes are watching this, this may be in your future. When I eventually get to see you guys. All right, Conjuring 2, which I actually really liked. It's it's almost a family film. The original Pet Sematary scared the crap out of me. You don't have kids, do you? 3-day average. That's actually pretty, especially right now. It's a really good way to go about it. I would like to get around in 3 average. With my better half, we do 2. Normally, if we're not working, we try to do 3. Pet Sematary 2 is fun. Pet Sematary it's not as good as the original. But it's definitely definitely a cool film. I enjoy it. Clancy Brown's in. I like anything Clancy Brown's in. So best Clancy Brown thing though, Carnival. Check out Carnival. If you haven't seen that TV series, you're in lockdown right now. Watch Carnival. Watch both 2 seasons of Carnival. It's incredible. It's one of the best shows out there. That's the Tom and Jerry Wizard of Oz. Nobody actually would like the Tom and Jerry cartoon movies. I don't have any of them actually. I got the Tom and Jerry originals ones though. I work from home too, so that's what lets me watch films as well. Like in my breaks and stuff like that, I'll watch a movie. Honeymoon. Utterly adore this film. I actually bought this movie, forgot that I'd bought the film, saw it coming on like a streaming service, watched it on streaming service, said to myself, I have to own this film, went downstairs to my video collection, realized I did already own this film, and was so stoked to have it. It's a bit of a slow burn. It's a great film. Yes, that for Game of Thrones fans, yes, that is the girl from Game of Thrones. But love this movie. Complete sleeper hit. Didn't knew nothing about going in. But I think that I was joking when I said they don't have children or anything, but I do tend to think that people that get scared by Pet Sematary are usually people with kids, because that's like the worst, like that scene, and it's your worst nightmare, in so many ways. That it kept me up. Like the book Pet Sematary kept me up. The book was freaked Stephen King out so much he put it in his drawer and he didn't take it out for a couple of years. Different things scare different people, and I think it's just a personality thing. Masters of Horror, Season 1, Volume 3. I managed to find one of these at a Dominion or a Superstore, you want to call them, back when they used to carry Blu-rays, which they don't do anymore, which is insane because they had some of the best horror Blu-ray selections out there. So this has a few on there. We got Incident on and Off Mountain Road, which is Don Coscarelli. No, oh, damn it, no, you could almost say it is because there's a lot of like sex in the originals, like the first couple seasons of it, but I wouldn't say so. Don't watch with the family or kids though. Dance of the Dead, probably one of my least favorites of the Masters Horror episodes, and one of my favorites is Larry Cohen's Pick Me Up. Of course, it's Larry Cohen. It's got to have Michael Moriarty in it, stealing the screen, because Michael Moriarty always steals screen time. He does that. Let's cool down a bit. Let's get because the Wrestling Mania was tonight. I get my. I'm not a huge fan of ginger, but I'm trying to drink better and trying to keep myself healthy. So that's like peach, ginger, and dandelion tea. No caffeine involved at all. I have import, actually a really good one. I love Takeshi Mikai. I think we'd agree on that one. All right, the next two come from Slasher Studios. He said white and green tea. That was wine first. I'm like, wine, right on to. and that is Don't Go to the Reunion. I actually really enjoyed this one. It's definitely low budget. Ginger McGinnis, I wish Ginger McGinnis, low budget film, but I like Slasher Studio stuff. I'm a fan of the stuff they put out so far. This was their latest one, Irrational Fear. Definitely, I'd say the most. They're getting better as they go along, but well, my better half doesn't go out at all. She's completely isolated. If anybody has to go out and do something at this point, it's going to be me. My better half has a compromised immune system, so it is very dangerous for her to go out if she is sick. She can't go out and get any sicker because any germs and stuff in the air, she could catch a cold, could go worse. That's the thing with everything that's going on right now. So thanks. Yeah, I tried to, but yeah. Anyway, back to this. Definitely check the Slasher Studio stuff. Really good. But also picked up Pulse, which is this was a Mill Creek release. It's one of those that I saw back a long time ago, and I initially rented this for the same reason I think most people in this movie was for the cover, and it had a cute girl. I thought, okay, I was a kid in this one. No, this isn't the Japanese one. This is like the 80s one, done back in, what was this one done? 88 or something like that. I think it was 88. I can't find it on here, but I think it was like the late 80s. That's somewhere around 88, 87, 88, somewhere around there. There's a Japanese one, very different film, very kind of creepier film. But this one is the one with Cliff DeYoung in it. I'm like a huge fan of Cliff DeYoung. He was in in Shock Treatment, so he took over the role of Brad. And don't kill me for this, but I did a better job as Brad than Bear Bostwick did, because he got to do 2 roles and do a duet. Just love it. Of this Pulse right here, it's been a while since I've seen it, but basically, it's exactly kind of what you think it is. Basically, if electricity kind of had a living presence and turned against you, that's what happens in this one here. It deals with this house, Cliff DeYoung, young Joey Lawrence, Roxanne Hart. Good cast. Definitely worth checking out. And of course, it's Mill Creek, so it's going to be fairly cheap to pick up. So definitely a cool one. One a cool, different slasher film. This is Silent Rage with Chuck Norris. I love the fact that it has this kind of cool cover, especially when you see the actual cover there. This is the one. I love that the covers look kind of different. But this is fun. So basically, if you've never seen Silent Rage, if there are any new Severin releases, any of the new Severin releases are good. Which ones? Like this is basically Chuck Norris meets Michael Myers. Tell you what, wait a couple minutes till I get through these. We'll go back to the Severin releases. I actually really like that question. Do you know what new Arrow releases are coming out? Saw the Woman is pre-release. Now that one is coming with the limited edition is coming with an extra film, so that's always kind of cool too. I think the Woman's coming with an extra film. I know the one of them is coming with the Battery, which is an extra film. I'm not sure what the Woman is. Maybe I'm wrong. Look that up. Don't take my word on it. Silent Rage for years was one of those films I would tell people about. Nobody believed me. That was true. So Chuck Norris did a horror film, and it's like a slasher film too. And they're like, no, he didn't. And they said, oh yeah. Later on, they're like, oh yeah, Hero on the Tear. I'm like, no, not Hero on the Tear. There's another one. There's a better one than Hero on the Tear, and that was Silent Rage. So this is my first edition of Hellraiser. Of course, now I got the Arrow edition of it, but this is the original Anchor Bay collection one. I don't know. Maybe this is out of print now. I don't. But anyway, that's one of the original ones I had. Here is the Conjuring. I showed you Conjuring 2. This is the original Conjuring with that clapping hand, this freaky scene. Gotta love it. The 72 Rivers of Lamont configuration. not being a reviewer, I wouldn't get that stuff. Well, I'm a reviewer. I'm not a reviewer that gets stuff. Sucks being me, doesn't it, when you're in Canada? Nobody sends me stuff. That actually used to piss me off for a while. I got over it. So this is Nightmare on Elm Street, the remake. How is this? Oh, it is not a good film. There are certain aspects of this that I do sort of dig. But the one thing that I thought I was going to like, see, I think if you're going to do a contest online, I think the best way to do it. This is my opinion, and I did an early contest, and it was a pain. I had to do shipping and ship things out, and it cost a fortune. And I think one person actually never ever got their stuff because it got sent out, got lost. It was a wreck. So nowadays, if I ever do a contest again, it's gonna go one way. That's basically it's gonna be like a gift card. It's gonna be something that I can do, like an Amazon gift card, something like that. Because when I do something like that, then it doesn't matter where you live. If you live in Hong Kong or Canada or United States, that's fair. That's usually the way I see it. But yeah, the thing I liked least about it was the guy playing Freddy Krueger. I thought I was gonna like him a lot. I felt like he's kind of slept through the film and pretty much just did Rorschach again. A couple of neat sequences in it. The makeup in it is horrible. It's horrible. But the people, if you listen to the commentary, you'll gain a bit more respect for the film because the people making this film actually did have a serious love of the franchise and the character. So they did put their whole heart into it. And when I know that, when I know something like that's happened, I have a lot more respect for the film, the people behind the scenes. I'll give it another chance like that. And I gave a really decent review of Nightmare on Elm Street remake on my channel. I liked Watchmen. Yeah, he's Rorschach. Originally, he's from the Bad News Bears, but and of course he's in Maniac Cop 3. He's the best part of Maniac Cop 3, actually. Okay, a couple Full Moon films, back when they were good and not like viciously. Yeah, definitely. Alan's channel is really, really cool, so I definitely recommend checking that out. I'm subscribed. Bloodstone, Subspecies 2. I actually really like this film. It's not as good as Subspecies, don't get me wrong. It's good. They could have kept the mummy character out of it. Hated her character, but I actually really like this because I'm a big fan of Anders Hove. You want to see Maniac Cop 1? Worth checking out the other ones. Maniac Cop 2 especially, really, really good. Maniac Cop 3 not as good. Definitely not as good. Maniac Cop 1 seems like an afterthought. There's kind of a cool like side story with the actor what's his name again? The actor from Nightmare on Elm Street, and kind of well done. Bit of a twist in it, and I like that. Subspecies 3 got this one as well. I thought he had. If it's the one that. Am I not subscribed? Oh, I thought I was subscribed. Well, I'm going to subscribe. So there are two Allens that actually asked me to check at their channels. That I got confused. Alan here. I'm so sorry. Which I just subscribed, and I would check it out. And Abnorm Allen, by the way, who does like these lists of like best South Korean slasher films, stuff like that. We definitely check out. Definitely checked it. I need to listen to more Bandmade. I need to listen to more of that stuff, period. Being home, I should be like really upping my stuff that I watch and stuff that I listen to. And don't worry, I haven't forgot the Severin thing. We're definitely going to get into that because I've been on a Severin kick as of late. Poltergeist, the remake. It's a remake. It's a film. Sam Rockwell's in it. There's a clown. See, this clown doesn't work for the Poltergeist film. You want to know why? See, that clown is scary as hell. In the original Poltergeist film, the scary thing about the clown isn't that it's a scary looking clown. It's that scary things happen and it makes the clown really creepy. This one here, it makes a mistake that a lot of modern horror films make, in that it just makes the thing look really creepy from the outset, so that nobody in their right mind would go near it. So there you go. That's what I don't like. But that was initially what kept me away from the It remake, in that they decided, okay, we'll just make Pennywise look extremely creepy, which goes against what, kind of like the fact that Pennywise would get people over looking like a clown. All right. Let me in. This is the remake, I think. Pretty sure it's the remake. It's the remake. I have the original as well, but I did like both of these. I like the original better though. But again, I love this cover. Love the kind of the blood cover. Just extremely well done. Maniac. I know some people have problems with the remake, but I did enjoy the remake of Maniac. I'm probably in the minority on that one. I thought Elijah Wood did a good job. So definitely worth checking out. I know there's a ton of people that don't like the remake, but I did. I just really liked it. It Follows is another one that I really enjoyed. It was refreshing. It was cool. It was creepy. And I found it just be a fun film. It's really cool if you don't think about it too much. I have many editions of Child's Play, including the Scream Factory edition. This is one of the early ones that I got. I bought this one because it had the kind of the slip thing on the inside, so I put the slip part there, and I really enjoyed that. I don't have a lot of the Ghost House Underground stuff. I picked up Psych 9. This is one I was at those 25-cent sales. I don't even know if I watched this one yet. It's got Carrie Elwes in it, so I'll initially get around this one. I'll eventually get around this one. Anybody see this one can give me, tell me if it's good or not. I will pick up any horror whenever I can. This one here I grabbed and I have not got the chance to watch yet. I'll be honest here. Initially, when I came to work from home, I thought, okay, I'll be able to work. I have the TV really close to me. I'll be able to watch movies in my in between work. But because my workplace is set up away from the TV, I actually can't watch movies in between work. My soul to take. It was bad, really. But I'm glad I got for 25 cents then. I'll say most people hate this movie. I don't actually. I thought this movie had a lot of promise. Does it always deliver on the promise? No, it really doesn't. But there's a lot of good concepts in this film. They don't always come together, but I know what Wes Craven's going for, and I enjoyed it. I did. I know Amy. I know. I'm kind of alone on that, but I did enjoy it. Curse of Chucky, best Child's Play film since the original. Actually since Part 2. Part 2 is better than Part 1. To be honest with you. But Curse of Chucky, incredibly well done film. There's some great cinematic shots, including a death at the beginning of the film that we see kind of mirrored in blood. It is extremely well done. It would go on to do Cult of Chucky, which I actually really enjoyed, and I don't get why people don't like that one. See, don't do that. Don't let see, the cool thing, like my soul to take right now, is like you've heard horrible things about it, so your expectations going in are extremely low. Oh, Scott, have a great work day, and thank you for being one of the people that actually on the front lines. For that, we salute you. In all seriousness, if you anybody out there or anybody on my channel right now that works in healthcare, or you're a trucker, or you're working at a grocery store, or you're one of the people that got to be out there, you're an essential worker. Uh, I have extremely high amount of respect for you, and thank you for keeping things going in a scary, scary time. Stay safe. Her wife rocks that, and because that is a thankless job. I used to work in grocery, and I'll be honest, it's a fairly thankless job, and it's a shame. So all you essential workers out there, yeah, you get big props from my channel. Trick or treat. I'm glad. Excellent film. I waited to get this one on the Blu-ray. I got to get the Scream Factory edition of this. Well, I think you let everybody know they're Alan just now. Extremely cool anthology. Love this one here. What's really cool about this, though, is on the Blu-ray it had this little featurette called "How Did Many of Our Scary Season Traditions Start?" And it was kind of exclusive to the Blu-ray. The feature was exclusive to the Blu-ray. Really cool. I love that. And definitely one of my favorite anthology films. Last House on the Left. Of course, you got the big Arrow edition of this one as well now. Oh, dude, you got to see a Trick or Treat. It's really good. Extremely well done, and it plays with the timeline a bit in a nice, kind of fun way. I bought this version though. This was really cheap. It was like for $5. When they used to do these at Walmart, they did these covers that would kind of come out. But I love the cover for Last House on the Left, and it is gorgeous. So I will keep this one in my collection because of that. This is Saw: The Final Chapter. Again, I love the way they do the Saw sets. Like, just look at this. This is cool. This is so well done. You open it up. It's got the Blu-ray DVD combo. Is Blu-ray DVD combo pack? Yeah, Blu-ray DVD combo pack. A ton of features on here. I did like the Final Chapter. This isn't the 3D one though. I got to get the 3D one. And this is one I found fun. This is pretty cheap one to find right now. For $1. That is actually a cool price, man. Definitely, yes. It's not a bad Saw film either. People like rag on it a bit, but I think it's pretty cool. I know it was pretty obvious, like who the guy's going to be, but just because it's obvious doesn't mean it's wrong. Sometimes the obvious choice is a right choice. There's a reason that that you sometimes go with the obvious choice. Because ever watch a movie where the killer will come right out of nowhere and you're like, okay, that's unique, but it really doesn't make any sense. So yeah, sometimes the obvious pick is the pick you should go with, because all logic leads there. Don't be a Vince Russo. Don't swerve just for a swerve. Yeah, take it as almost as a TV series. Killer movie. Actually, I dug this one. It's a low budget one. Cool cast. I mean, like, look at the guys in this one. We got Paul Wesley in here. Kelly Kuoko. Is that her name? Oh, which Trick or Treat? The one that was done by Moko Dougherty, the anthology one. Nestor Carboni's in this one. Leighton Meister, Jason London. So big cast. No, not 1986. The one done more recently. You know it because it'll have Sam in it, like Sam Hain. Is this pumpkin like it's kind of like? It doesn't sound. There you go, guys. Definitely want to check out. It's not like a high budget one, but it's got a bigger cast than you'd expect. I don't remember a lot of it right now, but I remember liking it when I saw it. I remember watching that one in Midnight Movie at the same time. Midnight Movie is another one that I really enjoy. I got that here somewhere too. And that's a different one. That's basically where the killer kind of comes out of the. I think I found mine at one of the Dollaramas type place. We got a Dollarama here in Canada, and I'm pretty sure that's where I found mine at. Now there's two more before I show the bigger one, but they're neat ones. Yeah, exactly. Midnight Movie. It's a fun film. You like Midnight Movie? If it's the big edition, $17.95 is not bad for it. If you're talking about the big, thick edition of it, that's a pretty cool one. So this is from Second Sight. This is the Cramps is really cool too. I got Cramps there too. This is a Basket Case trilogy. This came out long before the Arrow one, even though the features are almost pretty much the same. So it's done by Second Sight. So this has all three Basket Case films, each on their own Blu-ray. I do like the Basket Case films. I'm a Frank Henlotter fan. Unapologetic about that. I do like the sequels. Some people are iffy. Like, it tends to go this way. People come with like everybody loves the first one, and then they either love the second and hate the third, or love the third and hate the second. That's usually what I see. I like all three of them. The first one's definitely the best, but I do think that there's enough of a progression to definitely want to have all three and to follow them through. So definitely worth checking out. This is one that my better half surprised me with. There's another one of the surprises she got me one year. She just I was just home one day. This came in the mail, and she said, "Don't wait till I get home and open up this." And this was Basket Case Trilogy. Another one that she surprised me with was this one right here. This is the limited edition steelbook for Return of the Living Dead. Oh, definitely a comedy. Henlotter's really good with that stuff. Return of the Living Dead, another kind of comedic horror film. This is great. What's really great about this one, it was put out by Second Sight as well. And this has the original. One thing I like about this one, Dave, is unlike the Scream Factory edition of it, all the songs are in here. So all the original songs from the film. Like if you saw this Return of the Living Dead in theater, then you got to hear the original soundtrack, or on VHS. But when it went to DVD and Blu-ray, the soundtrack was changed. Some of the songs were taken out or replaced with other songs. So that I really like the soundtrack to Return of the Living Dead, and I love the bands that are in there. So it really kind of peeved me off. This is the Second Sight one. Their edition has the original soundtrack. Let me find out for you. So this one is Region B locked. Just to let you know. Let me just check, and it's only like the Blu-ray. I can't show you all the cover because I think there's nudity, but I can show you this part of it. Of the inside cover they do have artwork on the inside cover, including Tire Man right there. See, and it has a booklet. And just so you know, the documentary that you're talking about is also on this Blu-ray. So the documentary you're talking about is called More Brains, the documentary about Return of the Living Dead. I do have a few DVD steelbooks there, Alan. I'll actually put them in a video here soon. So the More Brains documentary is on here. It also includes the documentary portion of More Brains that was taken off the other editions that talks about the sequels to Return of the Living Dead. Talks about Return of the Living Dead 2 and Return of the Living Dead 3. It has all the other features, and it has a 20-page booklet in there as well. Did I miss your last comment? I do apologize. As far as I know, yes, even the Scream Factory edition that recently came out of Return of the Living Dead does not have all of the original songs. It has most of them, but there are at least a couple songs that have been switched out for other music. Not Scream Factory's fault. It's just something that they had to do. They couldn't get the rights to a couple of the songs. There's a featurette on this one here, actually, that's talking about the music of Return of the Living Dead. I think it might be in the Scream Factory edition as well. But yeah, this is a great edition. The VHS one may have the original music. Like you may, if you got the VHS here, you might be solid. I would have to go back and look. I don't know when it comes to the VHS, but this one has a regular edition as well. So it was a limited edition steelbook, though there was a non-steelbook edition of this one that came out by Second Sight. You just got to make sure you get the Second Sight one, and you'll get the original soundtrack to Return of the Living Dead. So if having the soundtrack to Return of the Living Dead, the original soundtrack, the whole score, as it originally came out, is important to you, then yeah, you're gonna want that one. So this is the Second Sight UK edition of Return of the Living Dead. It, as far as I know, like you can correct me if I'm wrong, but I know with Scream Factory one, it's definitely not the right. There was a rights issue, but this one's the only one that I know for that has the complete original score and soundtrack of Return of the Living Dead. All the songs are there. There were two that had to be changed. I think two or three that had to be changed in the Scream Factory edition, and the DVD edition. There was a lot that were changed apparently. One in particular that really stood out as being different. If you Google it, it'll let you know which ones were there. And I do apologize that I don't remember right now, but that was a big deal to me to get it. And my better half didn't even know that. She just like knew that I liked the film, and it was coming near Halloween one year, and she just it was just a surprise gift in the mail, and I opened it up. Because at the time I thought it was a print. So it was a huge, huge surprise for me to get that. And I lucked out that way. My better half's really good with stuff like that. So I'm a very, very lucky man. The other one that I was going to show you tonight, and I've shown this one kind of recently, so I'll just get up and I'll show that one. But I'll put some of these back. Then I'm going to answer your 7 questions, and I'll answer any other questions that you guys got tonight. So stay here for a minute. I'm going to put a couple things back, and then I'm going to give you the chance to think up some questions. Try to make it horror related, and it doesn't always have to be, but like at least collector related for tonight. And that way I'm not going too far to like try and think up stuff. But yeah, Return of the Living Dead, Second Sight edition. It's the one to get if you're a fan of that film. Alrighty then. Question time. I've come however better half are married to her, sort of. We've had 2 what do we call commitment ceremonies. So we haven't legally tied the knot yet, but we have had two very long, lengthy commitment ceremonies that lasted over 2 to 3 days. A 2-day one in Morocco and a overnight one in Newfoundland. So we just have to sign the papers. That's our. Even after we're married, I still will call her my better half, not because I won't want to call her my wife or my spouse, but because she is my better half. That's the truth of the matter. Any news on what Wim Lustig is up to? I actually don't know. You have a question, but it's probably impossible to answer. Go for it. If I can answer it, I will. I'm queuing up the Severin site because I got a Severin question. And hopefully the person is still here after me. Argento is supposed to do another movie soon. Initially, it was supposed to do a movie with Iggy Pop called Sandman, but that one actually got canceled out to do another one, to do like a new film. So, rest in peace. Kiefer Sutherland's mom did pass. I actually saw that. So what are the new Severin stuff is worth getting? Well, out of the really new stuff, a lot of it actually. The Strange Vice of Mrs. Ward is an incredible one to pick up. Was my one prized possession in your collection the one that I wouldn't part ways with? Great question, actually. It is almost impossible to answer, to be honest with you. I don't know. I mean, like, I'm going to give you like a cheat answer, and I'll say like my big company stuff. Like if I had to start over with like what stuff, I'd keep my Scream Factory, my Vinegar Syndromes, stuff like that, like the company stuff, and I would get rid. And I would if I had to get rid of like the regular stuff, I would. But I would keep I would keep the company stuff. I would keep like the companies, like the Vinegar Syndromes and the Scream Factories and Arrows. I'd keep that stuff, and I just. But the one thing that I could never get rid of, because it's my better half, it's like two. She's got the Disney tin collection, so I could never get rid of that one. My favorite Italian director is Dario Argento, quickly followed by Fulci, Martino. I do like Cozy as well, and so yeah, those are kind of like the. And I do like Deodato, just not everything. I think Deodato and Lenzi's okay. So Lenzi's fun. So I go with the labels. That's what I do. Like there's stuff I got now that's like that Russ Meyer set, for instance. That's that you just don't get that anymore. It's unfortunate. It's an expensive set to pick up. But so I would definitely not get rid of that one. I can name a TV series like to start out. I had the complete series for Highlander on the on what was it called? Like the Anchor Bay one, and it was really good, really well done. I was proud of it. It was like these big giant box sets, and they got stolen. So that like definitely bummed me out. There were a few films over the years that I had. So there are certain horror films. There's one, I don't know, really silly one that really bugged me, like extremely bugged me a lot. That did get swiped on me, and I've always wanted to get it back, and I've never been able to find it. If you ever find this one, guys, and send it my way, you're definitely my hero. But there's Anchor Bay Potatoes, a Mirror collection, and they're not great films, but I found it at a store at a Zeller's, and at the time I was working there, and they put out like a bunch of like movies and box sets for like $9.99, and I really wanted to like see the Mirror films again. I hadn't seen them since VHS days, and Anchor Bay put out all four of them on this like kind of this shiny looking set. Well, probably one of the early Anchor Bay sets. Wasn't like a big deal one. So I did it. I at the time I was working at Zeller, so I wasn't making a lot of money, but I actually bought the set. Right? Oh God. No. See, I don't care about the Blu-ray. That's the thing. Like, if I could find that freaking DVD set of Mirror Mirror again, and I had it, and I had it for a few days, and I was, and it got swiped. That's one of the ones that got swiped on me. But Mirror Mirror collection. That it's. I know it's silly. I know they're not great films, but it was a big deal for me at the time. I wasn't like collecting a lot of stuff. Fairly soon. I'm going to answer a few questions, and then I'll be going out. So if you need to go, it's okay. No, if I knew stole it, they would be walking right now. But yeah, but that was a big one for me because it was so hard to find. And I wasn't collecting the way I am collecting now, so to find something like that was a huge deal. It wasn't like in the days when like I could find everything. It was definitely harder. All right, the Severin one. Before I get all sad and like sappy and stuff like that, you don't want that. You don't want like sad Aaron. You want like happy Aaron. All right, Strange Vice of Mrs. Ward. Definitely pick that up if you haven't got it. Severin edition. It's going to be incredible. It's going to have a comic book with it too. You have a great night there, Ellen. And if you get the 2-disc edition, you're going to get the soundtrack, really good soundtrack with, see, I'll get that one, $40. Is that Amazon.com though? Because that's a lot more money for me than it is for you. Eventually, one of these days, I'll get it again. But thank you, because I wasn't sure. I didn't know that. Horrors of Spider Island. Don't like rule that one out. It's a black and white one, cheesy. Definitely worth a watch. Satan's Slave is probably the one that everybody's going to be picking up. That's the Indonesian horror film. They remade it. I haven't seen the remake. Apparently the remake's really good. Yeah, that's the one with Karen Black. When the Wind Blows. Do you like really depressing films? If you like really depressing films, now which one comes with slipcover? I don't think Satan's Slave does, but Horror of Spider Island does. Comes with a slipcover. And that one also has what they're doing now, and this is the first time I've seen them do this, and this is like back from like kind of from my day in a way, is that they had these kind of photo comics, where there would be like pictures of the comics, pictures from the film, and it would be done in comic book form, and they'd be like usually around 48, 58 pages, 60 pages, that type of thing, and they do like kind of like photo, like pictures, and they would like have the caption stuff and like they would do like a photo representation of the film in comic book form. So now, starting in May, unfortunately, Karen Black has passed away. But I think it might have been last year, year before. I think it was last year that Karen Black passed away. Now, Severin is starting to reprint some of those, and your Horrors of Spider Island and Strange Vice of Mrs. Ward both come with comic books, kind of reprints of those comic books. So extremely cool. Satan's Slave is probably going to be the creepiest one out of all of them. When the Wind Blows, you got to be in for the depressing stuff for that one. Yeah, for me, like Kobe, I would say like if you can only get a couple, go with the Strange Vice and Horrors of Spider Island. I got a feeling you might like Satan's Slave better though than Horrors of Spider Island. So Horrors of Spider Island is cheesy fun. Satan's Slave is definitely kind of a strange, weird one. Now you got to know that Satan's Slave is done by the same type of people that did Mystics and Valley, so it's insane. If you don't know Mystics and Ballets, definitely look it up. It's kind of a weird, weird film. Where a girl's head and her spine kind of comes off of her body and she floats around. But Dave is 100% right. Strange Vice of Mrs. Ward, if you like Giallo at all, it's definitely in the top 5 Giallo ever made, and you gotta own it. Oh, if you like Insane, Satan's Slave is right up your alley. I'm gonna say the L. Amson box set. Dude, no, 100%, Strange Vice, Mrs. Ward. Sergio Martino, he did a lot of giallos. For me, this is his best. Better than All Colors of Dark, better than all the other ones that he did. Hey, George, welcome, man. It doesn't matter. I'm glad you're liking your indicator stuff. I'm glad you're liking the William Castle stuff. That was really cool to hear about that. Did you watch the documentary yet? The Al Amson said the bundle of ghastly horror that sold out again. It came back in, so I let people know. So if anybody like upgraded, awesomeness. Oh yeah, well that's gonna be till May. But you know, obviously because the box set was a unique box set, and it's not really their fault. It had to come from a company, and you know things got shut down when it came to that. So you know, world's a bit of a state right now. So it's gonna be a month before you get it, but it'll be okay. And let me know about it when you get it. I want to know what your thoughts are. But if you just got the set and you wanted to upgrade to a bundle, the bundle of Go-Go was still available. That has a record with it and a signed postcard, a patch which you can put on a jean jacket. Not at all, actually. Like I think it's utterly silly to be angry about the Al Hampson delay. Look, with everything that's going on right now, like this isn't like, oh, Severin is delaying something just because they weren't ready or anything like that. No, nobody could foresaw what was coming right now, and like you know, it's like being upset because Amazon is like are shipping their movies like and it's taking a month rather than the regular 3-day stuff. Yeah, I saw that actually. He was so upset, wasn't he? Oh man. What is it? Actually, try. Even if you're not getting it right now, let me know what it is. Changing up Blood and Satan's Claw. Blood and Satan's Claw. I was upset with Severin for only putting it out for a weekend. That's the one thing I was upset about. But if you even if you're not going to get the Al Amson like box set, you got to get the Carnival. You got to get Carnival Magic. You got to get the Blood and Flesh, Real Life and Ghastly Death of Al Amson. Fantastic documentary. Poster. I want that poster too. Are you a Maxwell Caulfield fan? Try. I'm a huge Maxwell Caulfield fan. Like I'm a super Maxwell Caulfield fan. Grease 2, Colby's, The Dynasty 2, Empire Records, Mind Games. I got to get that one too. That's a fantastic film. Boys Next Door. I don't have that. That's a good release. I don't have that one either. What's a movie from the Al Amson set that I'm most excited for? A good question. Let's go to the Al Amson set and find out because there's a few to be completely honest with you that I'm stoked about. The biker ones for sure. Uncle Tom, Nurse Sherry. That's the X-rated edition Nurse Sherry, which I've never seen. So definitely excited about that. They did like a Western called Five Bloody Graves. My dad saw it in theater. I've never seen that one, so that's actually kind of interesting for me. Is Hell's Bloody Devils definitely one of his better films. Brain of Blood is not, but it's a fun little film. Dracula versus Frankenstein, again, cheesy fun. Satan's Sadist, one of his best films they ever made, like hands down. The Stewardess ones are fantastic. The documentary is what I'm gonna watch first. Like that for me, hands down documentary. It's just there's just so much different stuff. My better half is definitely gonna watch stuff like Black Samurai, and you know kind of Mean Mother stuff because she loves blaxploitation films. So the cool thing about it, and what makes me excited, definitely do a video about it, is that there's stuff here for everybody. And I don't mean just like for the adults either. He's got kids' films here. It's quite the jump. You can do it. He's got kids' films that I've never seen. Films that apparently you can show kids, Al Amson films. It is different, actually, Ragman. The Vinegar Syndrome one, if I'm correct, is the kind of a softcore version, like R-rated version of the film. The Severin edition of the film is actually, in a weird twist, is the X-rated cut of the film, which hasn't been available before, as far as I know. A lot of these films have not been available in the cuts that we're going to get before. So I'm intrigued on that. So I will eventually get the Vinegar Syndrome one as well. Just have them both. Thank you, Christian, man. Welcome to the call, man. It's your favorite. Oh, I really appreciate that. The 7-1 for Nurse Sherry's not cut, actually. That I do know. Oh, it's cut to make its own. Sorry, I didn't get all your sentence. Yeah, so it is going to be making its home video debut. A lot of these films are making their home video debut. For people that just came in, we're talking about the L. Adamson set coming from Severin right now, and coming out in May. May 26th is the new release date. Yeah, 32 films. So basically, what you're looking at here is you're getting like almost the entirety, and they tried to do the entirety, but pretty much almost the entirety of this guy's career. So just like there's not many box sets that are out there that'll give you like the entirety of somebody's career, especially when a career that has had as many films and as L. Adamson, and just put the work into that they did. It is amazing. The work and the effort. This has been a multi-year project that Severin's been doing, and it slipped under the radar. Not a lot. I think there's like just a couple, actually, if I'm sure. I don't own Taboo 4. I need Taboo 4 because I'm doing I'll find it somehow. I'm doing like a After Dark episode on that. Definitely, I think you'll be glad that you pre-ordered it. It's definitely a cool set. I'm looking forward to it. The documentary, by the way, from my dad's already seen the documentary. If you've got Amazon Prime, you can see the documentary. I'm holding off on watching it until the set comes out. I want to watch it directly from the set. But I've heard nothing but raves about the Al Adamson documentary. Yeah, there's a huge book with it. It's just insane, the stuff that's in it. It's a book, there's a record. If you bought the big edition, there's like an autographed poster. If you bought the smaller edition, there's a postcard, an autographed postcard with the producer. No, actually, you want to know what the case is like, what's going to be like? Pretty much like, here, hold on. Here we go. This is my Alfred Hitchcock masterpiece collection. And when you open it up, it's a book right there. You got a book, and it's kind of like this. And the films are there. So this is kind of like what I was told that the Adamson set is going to be like as well. That's what I heard online anyway. So it's going to be like this because it's 32 films, right? And it's like so many discs set, like I think 18 discs or 13 or 14 discs set, something like that. So it's going to be done like that. So that'll be like it won't be done like, won't be like one right out the other, or slim cases like some people thought they were going to be initially. But yeah. Okay, yeah, definitely a thicker digipack. See, that's the reason that it's taking as long as it is that this can scratch. If there was DVDs, I'd understand, but it's Blu-rays. And like you know, Brian, Blu-rays, they can scratch, but it's a lot harder to scratch a Blu-ray. Cinemassacre doesn't like much when it comes. Cinemassacre doesn't like Blu-rays. So I lost a bit of respect for him during that video, man. I know he was going for clickbait and stuff like that. That really bothered me. And I like his stuff a lot. You know some stuff. But he lost a lot of people's respect a bit for that. But and here's the thing: if you really, really don't like the packaging, it's extremely cheap to buy the cases, so you'll be okay. Vaughn 2 is very different than Vaughn 1 with the William Castle set, but it's still fun. I haven't had any problems with that. Like I've got DVDs like that too. Like I've got the Friday 13th box set that was done with the mask. And people were saying, "Oh, it's horribly scratched." And, "Oh, look, I got horrible scratches on this one." I got that set, and it was mint. So I don't know. I guess it happens sometimes. Oh, dude, I don't know if I want to tell you to watch this or not, Dave. But he did a "Why Blu-rays Suck" video, and I'm sure a lot of people, you guys on here, that watch Cinemassacre like I do. I do watch Cinemassacre, like Angry Video Game Nerd. Love Board Games. That was a really well done series. But like, exactly, they're babies. But he did a video recently, kind of just like a list video, like 10 reasons why Blu-rays suck, and to say that it was badly done was is an understatement. To say that it was embarrassing is pretty much true. I hate to say that because I do watch some of his videos. Unlike the Nostalgia Critic, who really, you can tell his stuff is written for him because he does know what he's talking about. But Cinemassacre is one of those guys that does like know more about that stuff. Check out the video. It was embarrassing. Well, he was one of the originals, Troy. That's why. Cinemassacre was one of the guys in the beginning, one of the guys that helped popularize like video game reviewing and reviewing in general. Actually, there was a movie came out. His name is Jason. Remember that one came out before Crystal Lake Memories. So on the second disc of that one, actually, the Cinemassacre, the Angry Video Game Nerd review of the Friday 13th video game is on there. And a lot of people kind of jumped onto the bandwagon and did like similar videos to what he did. Kind of like there's certain people that do stuff. Now, I've got certain people that I like and that I watch. The bigger guys, I can list right now. I can give you some guys that I watch, not video game guys, but like movie guys. That if you're not watching them, definitely watch them. Cinemasochist, really good. Brandon Tenold, Fanboy Flicks, like those for sure. Red Letter Media does some cool stuff. Though I disagree with some of the reviews, but I do like some of their stuff. The guy, there's a few of them. Clever Dick Films, if you're a Doctor Who fan, he does like kind of like Blu-ray feature quality, like documentaries on every Doctor Who era. But yeah, Brandon Tennant, Dr. Woofula. If you don't watch Dr. Woofula, you're missing out. He's really good. And he does a lot of really cool stuff. That's what he said. He said, they don't have a lot of special features. Unlike DVDs, which had a lot of special features, Blu-rays don't have a lot of special features. And I'm like, what Blu-rays are you watching, dude? Are you just buying the $5 ones at the bins? Is that it? And another one was like, he didn't like the menus. The DVD menus were much better than the Blu-ray menus. There was a lot of really silly reasons. Oh, damn. I'm trying to... What? Oh, sorry. Kobe fan. I accidentally deleted your message. What the hell? Kobe fan. If you're listening to me, I went to... Try's message was put in... was being held. So I went to unhold Try's message. And when I did it, I think I accidentally took out one of your messages, and that put you in a timeout. I hate this thing. So, Kobe fan 2, please tell me you're still there as soon as you can, because I feel really, really bad. And if anybody knows Kobe fan 2, kind of let him know, just in case he went, because he thinks I'm mad at him. How do I make the message come back? I'm so peeved right now. Like, seriously pissed off. That's the first time that's happened to me in a while. When you try to do things on here like this, it's good to have like moderators sometimes, but it gets kind of frustrating. YouTube can censor your love RLM. I can open a message, but I can't untime a message. I feel really bad now. Like, I feel like he's gonna go and think that I actually didn't like him or something like that, and that's couldn't be farther from the truth. I'm picking the new real star. Actually, I'm gonna wait on it because I want to wait till like they put it like. I'm hoping eventually they put it the original editions again. So I'm good with the Blu-ray set for now. Actually, I don't know if I even got the Blu-ray. Do I have the Blu-ray sets, or do I have just the DVD? That's okay, Ryan. It happens. But if he's still here, like, just let him know, because I'm super kind of embarrassed about that. It said he was timed out for 300 seconds. Which is how long in minutes wise? Oh God, I'm so 60, 120, 180, 240, 5 minutes. It's crying out loud. Oh, so I'm waiting here till I actually get it. Thanks, Dave. It's been a long video, but I'm definitely staying there till I make sure that he knows anyway. So hopefully he comes back. Oh, weird. Anyway, that's the thing too. So yeah, when it comes to like I do watch a lot of these guys. I used to watch Nostalgia Critic back in the day before the whole thing went about, and actually even before that. There was one Nostalgia Critic video where he did, where he talked about Sleepy Hollow. And I was watching the video, and he said, a lot of people might know this, but Sleepy Hollow is not as bad as you think. I'm like, who the hell thinks Sleepy Hollow is bad? And then he said, also, you may be unaware of this, but there's this thing called Hammer Films. And then I stopped watching Nostalgia Critic. And I think a week or two later, the whole mess came out, and I'm like, I'm glad I stopped watching Nostalgia Critic. Kelly Rep interview. Yeah, I don't get his stuff, man. Actually, ban who? Oh, don't remind me. Dave. I'm waiting for him to come back in. I'm hoping that he's come back in, so I can apologize to him. There's got to be a better way than this. I'll be so glad. Eventually, guys, when things straighten out and that, I'm going to be putting out a podcast thing as well. See, I totally disagree, Troy. It was I. Oh, you're welcome. Sorry, Kobe fan. I hit the wrong button and you got timed out. So that's totally my fault. I totally agree. Disagree about that. He is 110% in the wrong. Like Nostalgia Critic, as were the people that backed him up. This is a hill I'll fight on. The stuff that that he did, and the way that he treated people, you just don't do. But the killer, the cincher, the thing that kills it all, is rather than apologize or put out something, he instead ended up outing a, a really horrible thing that had happened. And I think we all know what that is. Um, but yeah, I've a Nostalgia Critic. The whole Channel Awesome thing was like a while back. Uh, it they like people got treated pretty badly there. Uh, the worst part, I think, for me is, and I liked Allison a lot. She does like her own videos and stuff, Baywatch and all that type of stuff now. But I was a really big fan of Allison's, and she was badly treated, mistreated by them, even to the point where she ended up just getting fired. And I think she was dating. I'm not sure if she's still dating Phelan. He's from Nova Scotia, from here. But I got extremely upset with some stuff because I have been on YouTube for the last 8 years, and I've I have gotten in and out of like different groups and stuff, and I've been burnt in the past, and stuff I don't like talking about. I've been burnt badly. So do I understand the stuff that happened when it comes to the Channel Awesome stuff? Yeah, they're horrible people. Um, us, to the point that for me, I would if I ever met the guy, forget Nostalgia Critic. He's just a face. In journalism, we call them faces. Like basically the people that really don't know a lot, but they read scripts. That's what a lot of newscasters that aren't out in the field are doing. They're faces. But the guy behind it, the guy, what's his name? The guy that kind of like runs it. Yeah, there's a guy whose butt I like to kick. That guy really bothered me, and I'd seen interviews and stuff with the guy and heard stuff that he said. Yeah, there's a few people like who I would really like to who I like to punch, and I'm past my punching days. I thought I was past my punching days, but there's the guy that directed Halloween 6. We all know him. I'm gonna leave a name of him. He treated Donald Pleasance really bad, and he treated the entire cast Halloween 6 bad, and pretty much just like coasted on the film. Didn't even really like horror. He even did came in to do a Hellraiser film as well, Bloodlines, and so him, yeah, he deserves the punching, and the guy that ran Channel Awesome, and the only reason I think that the people that are still working with Channel Awesome are working there is because their intellectual property is owned by the guy that runs the company. And I think they'd be out of it, and they would have sung a different tune if that had happened. Anyway, that's my rant for tonight. I got really upset about that when that happened. I think so. I do think so. Because I think we have the same information on the topic. Kobe, see, look, I got all stressed out and got all people like wanting to leave. Kobe, I apologize, man. Um, but at that rate, before I get a Let's leave this on a happier note than that, uh, because you're really trying to piss me off, Nick. No, I'm not. No, yeah, Charles Band can go to Aaron's angry old man. Part of the part of the video. No, no. Bloodlust Zombies. I haven't seen it. Is that actually a movie? Try. Don't take me too seriously, man. Thank you so much for coming in. It's been a blast. Sorry for my rant at the end. It did take some people out. I'll tell you that much right now. People are definitely. See, this is why I don't do rant videos. I'm much more of I'm better as the chipper boppy version of me, which actually is a real me, to be honest with you. Don't worry. Lots of respect, Troy, man. In all seriousness. Never take me too seriously. I love Indicator. Back behind me, look, man. You can see the Indicator box sets kind of lined up there. Like the Hammer, the William Castle sets, the the Demon one, the Samuel Fuller, the Five Tall Tale sets. Love an Indicator. Definitely worth checking out. If you haven't checked in the Indicator stuff, definitely do so. But guys, at 121 minutes, holy crap! This is longer than the regular exploitation film. We're gone into modern film territories. Happy birthday to me. I gotta get Wolf. Happy birthday to me. That's a really, really good one. And I'm sorry you came on the end. Please come in again. I am Aaron. Here's my movie library. You guys are the cult of cinema, and you are the most rockin' cult out there. Have a fantastic night, and let's keep it happy. Stay safe. Stay safe out there, and we'll see you next time right here. We'll do some more stuff. Well, I'm not quite sure what we're gonna do yet, but I got more of the collection to do. I want to do some varied videos as well. And I do have some pre-tape stuff coming up in the near future too, so keep an eye out for that as well. If you haven't, please share, subscribe. If you're one of my Patreon supporters, thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys. If you are one of my Super Chat supporters, you guys rock too, and I will be doing a big, eventually down the road, Super Chat podcast video where I'll be talking about my podcast that I'm going to be doing, be talking about some other podcasts, and I will be doing my Cult of Cinema After Dark series. So if you're interested in the Cult of Cinema After Dark series, that's going to be on here as well. I haven't forgotten that. It's not something that's going away. It's just another portion of my channel. So a little bit for everybody, hopefully. And a Jess Franco and a Lucio Fulci, they're both getting their own videos. So keep an eye out for that, as well Argento, and probably we'll get a Martino one in there at some point in the near future as well. I am Aaron. Have a great night there, and stay home, stay safe, isolate, and enjoy some movies and some classic video games. Have a good one.